Are you ready for some football? Boy, football season is here, and we're still trying to figure out whether we're gonna is everything gonna get back to normal. And we're gonna talk about that Sunday because everything can get back to normal. You just got to have a strategy to do it, and the strategy got to work, and it's simple and it's easy. Even a frog can figure this out. But we need to get back to normal. I'm not a proponent of what they call the new norm. Fully on that new norm stuff. Fully on the new norm stuff. All right. So we're going to talk about football and the NFL's so-called reach out to the Black Lives Matter movement. Now, please, guys, I'll probably talk about this Sunday on the Bobby Brown Show. You gotta make a difference between Black Lives Matter, the organization, and Black Lives Matter, the mantra. It really gets to me that Black Lives Matter, the organization, is in the forefront of that, and we cannot let them take the lead in that. Who needs to lead in that, and I talked about this over and over again, is the American descendants of slaves, the ADOS, the ones who really feel the pain of what's going on here. Not saying that Black Lives Matter don't feel the pain, but the only people that really feel the pain in Black Lives Matter is the black people in Black Lives Matter. But the problem with Black Lives Matter is Black Lives Matter is a multicultural, multi-class, multi-gendered organization. It's not a black organization. It's not a black, I don't even think it's led by 100% apologetic black. It's a rainbow coalition, and rainbow coalitions will not make a mark on black issues like it should. Ask Jesse Jackson. He tried that rainbow coalition thing, and it didn't make a mark. He even ran on that for office, and it didn't make the mark that it needed to make. Why? Because Jesse Jackson allowed any and everybody to come into his rainbow coalition, and that's the problem. A rainbow coalition cannot lead black issues. It can follow, it can tag along, it can take their strengths and use that strength to help strengthen this black movement. But this got to be led by unapologetically black people, specifically American descendants of slaves. Don't mind my Caribbean brothers to get involved. Don't mind my African brothers getting involved. But because you don't understand, this country owes, they don't owe you, they don't owe the Caribbean brothers, they don't owe, well, they do when it comes to post Jim Crow, the Jim Crow era and the Immigration Act, because when you got here, you went through the heat too. And those of you who end up coming here through slavery via the West Indies and end up being an American slave, the bottom line, if you were American descendant of slaves, you supposed to be driving this issue because this is an American strategic white supremacist system. And it had a target, and that target was the slaves. And that target was the American descendants of slaves up to this point. So we have to separate the two. Like I told you before, this is not a referendum against Trump. They want to make it. The Democratic Party want to make it a referendum against Trump. Your friends and families want to have fell into this, and they believe that this election should be a referendum against Trump. And I believe it should be a referendum against white supremacy, period. And white supremacy exists on both sides. Trump is a white supremacist, but don't you dare think that Joe Biden's not one either. His record proves it. His record proves that he is more of a white supremacist than his 8 years with Obama. Sure, he may have changed, but he haven't done anything to change his racist policies. Matter of fact, he's digging in. He's reinforcing. He's double downing on his racist policies. He have no regrets, and he don't even want to change them. It's his shining light. It's his baby. So there's white supremacists on both sides. And this referendum is about equality. between Native American blacks, and when I say Native American, I mean those who did not come here by choice, those who did not come here looking for the American dream, those who came here and end up being a part of an American nightmare. Those people, me. This election is about us getting 100% equal rights and equity and money and cash. Yes, I said money. We demand reparations. We're not asking for it. We don't want to hear about this study stuff. Take that and stick it up your behind. We want to hear about no studies. We want it. We demand it. We demand a black exclusive agenda with some black policies in it, made by black people, not made by Capitol Hill, not made by your favorite legislator, not made by those who want to try to get the black vote, but no, made by black people, for and black people. This black exclusive or black only agenda has to be adopted by your favorite political leader if you want to get that unapologetic black vote. That is what this election is about. You talking about climate change and we ain't got that many years. How about black survival? Because the wealth gap is a mug, man. And it's going to crush us. I don't care how much money you make, you're going to be end up at the bottom of the heap. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about that on the Bobby Brown Show, because we even got some white financial experts saying that if we do that, the reason they're trying their best not to give you what you deserve and owe is because it will put them back and will end up leading in the forefront when it comes to wealth automatically. But we'll talk about that Sunday. What I want to talk about is how the NFL is doing their best to show support for Black Lives Matter movement. Now, here's the thing. Are you showing support for the Black Lives Matter movement, or are you showing support for Black Lives Matter, the organization? The movement and the organization are not the same, and don't dare think it is. And what's going to happen is you're going to end up contributing money to the organization when that money is not going to the movement. Black Lives Matter is getting more financial backing from Wall Street, because everybody want to be a hero. Everybody want to show that they're on the on the right side of history. So they'll say we contribute this money to BLM, this money to BLM, and this grant to BLM. And it's all about BLM, the organization, and not the movement. And the organization and the movement are not the same. And you cannot put them together. They capitalize off the mantra. They made an organization off the mantra. And they're trying to legislate from that mantra. They're actually going to try to run people in office under that, from the organization, not from the mantra, but from the organization. They're actually asking for demands, but the demands are not 100% black or black exclusive. It's demands for everybody, from climate change to healthcare. And there's nothing wrong with that, but we need a black exclusive, because we have to play catch up first before we start doing the dance for all people. Black exclusive, not black and brown, not poor people, black exclusive. Until we get what's rightfully ours, we ain't talking about nothing else, and we ain't changing the subject, and you ain't going to stop us from changing the subject. You're not. Until we get 100% equality with our so-called founding fathers and their wealth, we ain't interested in nothing else. Don't ask us to support nothing until everybody come on board this. We've done supported everything. We done supported the women's movement. We done supported the labor movement. We done supported the gay movement. We done supported even Asians. We supported even, you name it, we supported. It's time for y'all to support us. See, we missed the ball. We didn't go all the way with Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King admitted, he said, look, it seemed like I done led my people into a burning fire. That's why Martin Luther King said, look, I left my people, yeah, we got civil rights, but the economic gap ain't changed. Next time we come to Washington, D.C., we coming in for our check. And that's what we're talking about today. Cut the freaking check. It's time. Reparations are owed. It's time to pay black people. And in this season, we're not going to let politics get in the middle of this. We're not going to let your fear get in the middle of this. And you ain't going to calm us down and shut up. And you can get all the yellow paint you want and put it on every freaking street. It ain't going to stop us from talking about this issue. We want tangibles, not symbolism. What do you mean by symbolism? Here we go. I'll show you symbolism right in your face. Here's your symbolism. Black fans call NFL plan to play lift every voice and sing a joke, placating and pandering, and I agree. You can play lift every voice as much as you want, but it will not put a dime in anyone's bank account. That song will not change anything. And I say the same thing about painting Black Lives Matter in yellow on every Trump, anything Trump. You know you can't do it on this building because that's illegal. So what you're going to do, since you're the city, you're going to put out an order to paint the streets. And that's great. Troll all you want. I'm a troller. I love trolling. I get it. But trolling ain't paying me it's not putting money in my pocket. I want tangibles. So they're going to take maybe 1, 2, 3, let's say 5 opening games, and instead of standing for the national anthem, that bigot song, they want to sing Lift Every Voice. How about you make Lift Every Voice the national song because it's called Lift Every Voice. You're going to give us 4 or 5 that think you're going to call 4 or 5 games of singing that. White people going to be mad because they can't sing the national anthem, and they're going to be mad because they're going to feel like they're forced to sing this black song, Lift Every Voice. It's just going to cause more division. Now, me personally, I think either you're going to sing all the national anthem or don't sing it at all. I'd rather you sing, Oh, Beautiful, America the Beautiful. Or I'd rather you come up with a new national anthem. What's wrong with coming up with a new national anthem? One where all people came together and wrote on that. Heck, you can get some of your favorite celebrities. You're always going to John Legend, and all these other people. Because he got a white wife. You're always going to these, hell, have him write the national anthem. Still better than that crap that we sing, that we've been singing since we're kids. Let's go over this story. This is from NBC News. Rodney Coach just shook his head when he learned that the NFL, in his attempt to join forces with black players to fight racial injustices, reportedly made plans to have Lift Every Voice and Sing perform before each game during week 1. 1 freaking week. Oh, let's placate to these little black people. Let's kind of calm them down a little bit. They kind of heated up a little bit. So let's just give them a little bit of what they want. We all going to come together, including myself. That's right. Me, Mr. Roger Odell. I'm going to come out there and I'm going to sing America. Nope, I can't sing that. I'm going to sing Lift Every Voice. And then I expect every Negro on this field to sing the American national anthem on week 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 until the season is over with. What kind of mess is that? Coates, a football fan, a sociologist, and a professor at Miami University in Ohio, said he appreciated the so-called black national anthem as much as anyone. But he said this gesture, which was confirmed by the NFL Player Association, would fall embarrassingly short of showing allegiance to a movement that is seeking to reshape race relations in America. And I agree. How about you just take this whole year and sing that song? How about you make that the new national anthem? Now, we call it the Black National Anthem. Unofficial. I don't know who voted for it, but it is. Boy, they used to play that, and when we had the AM radio station and the black channel used to come off, that'd be the first thing that they play before signing off. Now, like I said, the gesture is good. It's just like trolling Trump with the yellow paint and the black ladder. It ain't going to do nothing. It ain't going to change the situation. How about you let brothers, if they want to get on their knees on the field, let them do it because it's their right. We'll rather have that than you just try to placate us for one freaking week with lift every voice and sing. It's blatant pandering to public sentiment. Coach told NBC News it would be a publicity stunt. There are so many ways to show his commitments. If it were serious, it would open pathways for opportunity in a number of ways. But a song? No. Many black fans share Coach's sentiment that it would be hollow to have a poem turned song written by James Weldon Johnson in 1900 performed for one game to open the season on September the 10th. They consider it an empty gesture, and it is, and they contrast it to a fallout from Colin Kaepernick, the former quarterback who took a knee to protest the police brutality of African Americans during the national anthem in 2016 and has not played in the NFL since. They blacked the brother out. They also considered it meaningless machination that borders on the insulting. Now look here, NBC News. It seemed like you offended. They also considered it meaningless. It is meaningless. I would say it's placating because that would infer negative intention, said Nolan Rollins, the chief executive of SMRT, or SmartMouth, a technological company in Los Angeles that produced a device that allows athletes to measure key biometrics while training and competing. I don't think that's the intention, though. But there's little to nothing we can do with symbolism. Exactly. That's what I just talked about. What Malcolm X says. Malcolm X said white men will rather give us symbolism instead of true change. And really, it would probably be more effective to play Childish Gambino, This Is America, as the young people who are leading this charge likely do not connect with Lift Every Voice and Sing as the previous generation. Facts. Most young people don't even know the Black National Anthem. Most young black people didn't even know that there was one. So like I said, I make a suggestion, since white people like John Legend, let John Legend write a new national anthem for America. Don't give us this old school black national anthem in order to kind of kiss our behind for one game. Like that's really going to change anything. And we don't want to go back to that old racist national anthem we got right now. So me personally, I say, hey, scrap both of them and come up with a new one. Now, let me continue. If the NFL wants to make a tangible difference, and that's the key word, tangible, I want y'all to always keep that in your mind. Never trade symbolism. Never trade tangibles for symbolism. Never trade tangibles for symbolism. How long are you going to keep dealing with these symbols? Barack Obama, first black president, half black, half white. Symbolism. Nothing tangible happened for black people during his presidency. Cool guy, smart, sharp, good looking, made the presidency look good. His wife made the presidency look good. It was the black Camelot. Nothing for black people. Symbolism. Well, y'all had a black president, half black, half white. Let's get that straight. Half black, half white. He tapped in his white side and he tapped in his black side often. And on top of that, he's not even a ADOS. He's not even a Native American, come from the lineage of slaves. His dad is from Kenya, Africa, grew up in Africa, and his mom is from white Kansas. You can't get no whiter than a white woman from Kansas that happened to fall in love with one of the blackest brothers from Africa. There is no slave lineage in that. Slave owner, yeah, but no slave lineage. And yes, his family owned slaves too, Barack Obama. It wasn't many. I think it was like 5, but his family owned slaves. All right, so let's get back into it. The plan can't be 72 bars. Oh, if the NFL want to make a tangible difference, this is the way to do it. If you really want to show that you stand in solidarity with black players and with the communities they want to stand with and represent, there has to be a solid plan, he said. The plan can't be 72 bars of lift every voice and sing. It's not going to do what they think it would do. It will raise questions about if they are serious about helping. Pittsburgh Steelers fan Michelle Shipp of New Jersey said that while she wouldn't mind the idea of hearing lift every voice and sing before the game, it would not be enough. I think it's a good thing because it would show respect, Shipp said. However, it definitely placates because what's next? What's next after that? I agree. What's next? You know, sung the song. Let's say you sung the song for the whole season. Where's the tangible? A song is not a freaking tangible. It's a symbolism. It's a symbolism. They always want to give us symbols, but don't want to give us no tangibles. However, it is definitely placating because of what's next. That's a temporary gesture. Now, will the players not kneel before the first game and then kneel the rest of the game? And more importantly, is their decision to kneel going to be accepted from that point? See, that's something I'd rather have. Leave the brothers alone while they demonstrate on the field. You ain't got to change the national anthem because I can get on the field and demonstrate I don't like that national anthem. Let me demonstrate. The freedom to demonstrate is more important than you having us sing lift every voice at a football game. David A. Brown, a retired housing authority executive from Long Branch, New Jersey, said that he loves the song, but would not want to hear it at an NFL game. Look, I don't mind you singing the song, but it doesn't replace tangibles. I just don't want you to sing it one time thinking that's going to be enough to cool off black people. And you know what's going to happen? That'll be the national anthem, and you're going to see some white people so pissed off, they're going to go leave, they're going to go get a hot dog, they're going to turn their back on the song because the NFL is full of racist bastards. Full of them. A lot of them on them teams. David Brown, he said, it is not a means to social change justice during the Black Lives Matter movement for change. We sing the Black National Anthem at Black church events, HBCU graduations, events when we're honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Day, said Brown, who says he supports teams with black quarterbacks. It means something to us. Playing it at an NFL game would be a joke. If they want to fix something, hire 12 more black head coaches or 30 coaches or coordinators. I say go Forrest out. Further than that. You need some black owners. How about letting a black man lead the organization? Don't give us no Jay-Z. It's not enough. This dude gonna sit here in the article talking about if they want to show some change, have them hire 12 more black head coaches and 30 other coaches and coordinators. Hire 10 black general managers. That's just a start. Now, I agree with that. We need more black owners. The NFL have committed. Now, listen to this. The NFL have committed $250 million over 10 years to social justice initiative. Now, you realize how much money the NFL freaking makes? Not just in people coming to the games, but endorsements. They think 25 million, look, 250 million over 10 years is only 25 million. So they that's their hush money to shut you up, 25 million a year. Well, I'm investing 25 million a year to deal with systemic racism. I'm investing 25 million a year in social justice initiative. I'm all for battling against the ongoing and historic injustices faced by African Americans. Then why don't you let your players kneel? Why don't you let them protest? You got John Elway talking out the side of his butt. This sorry team. Talking about he gonna fire anybody who put protest. Bruh, fire me. You the one need me. I don't need you. I can go to another team. Coast agreed with Brown that a song would not fall in line with the purported objection. This is a moment for them to look a real way to help, Coast said. He teaches an honors course at Miami of Ohio called Critical Ways to Ethnic Studies, formally introduced into Black World Studies, that each football player and the school is required to take and pass to remain eligible to play. I tell each of the players that there is 1% chance for them to make it to the NFL, and that a career in this, a high-contact sport, lasts only 3 to 4 years on average, he said. They hate me for giving it to them straight and requiring they make at least a B to play football. But when I see them later, they thank me for getting them ready for the world. Let me love you down. Let me stop. It's something like that the NFL should invest in. He said, prepare these men for the real world. 30 or 40 years ago, there was no distinction. They were just students. Then when the black men started playing, they became athletes. The focus changed. The NFL should prepare players for after their careers, doing something about injuries. It's one of the things I like about the show Ballers. The character Rock plays is a man who wants to help these football players have something outside of football, to invest in other things outside of football. So I believe you're paying these brothers to be pretty much your mules on a field, but you're giving them good money to be one. Teach them how to invest properly. Let them have a stake in some of the things that you own. I mean, a real drug dealer ain't get in the game to just sell drugs for somebody else. They got in it to they have their own team, their own clan, their own crew. They want to be business owners. Now, I'm not going to keep reading this article. You read this article yourself. Honestly speaking, I'm hungry. I ordered food twice, and it ain't showed up yet, and I need to make me a hamburger or something, or I'm going to pass out. But nevertheless, once again, we got rich white people trying to show that they'll kiss a little bit of our behind just to keep us quiet for the next 5 to 10 years. They'll throw, how dare you to think just symbolisms are going to shut us up? Just throw a little money out there, $25 million a year to fight social injustice. That's nothing, man. That's like you being a high-class prostitute, and you normally get thousands of hours, and you know thousands an hour, and you spend all this time, and all this brother give you is $10. I've been with you for 3 days, and all I get is $10. I done did everything you wanted me to do, and all I get is $10. NFL treating you black football players to try to keep you calmed down. We'll throw $25 million a year for 10 years, only 10 years, to show that we're on your side. But you bet not kneel on my field, or I'm going to fire you. We'll play Literary Voice 1 week. Rest of the week, I expect you standing up singing my racist song. Every black athlete, everybody that's black, whether you are an entertainer, whether you're an athlete, a doctor, lawyer, working, it doesn't matter. It's time for you to stand up and become one and let your voice be heard. That enough is enough. We're not going to fall for your bull crap policies. We're not going to fall for your symbolism. We're not going to fall for your token gestures. We're not going to fall for none of that crap, man. The bottom line is this. We have a exclusive black agenda. We want you to implement it. If you don't implement it, when we say no justice, no peace, we really mean that. If we don't get justice, you ain't gonna get no peace. You might liable to get a peace. And I'm not talking about P-E-A-C-E. I'm talking about peace of my foot in your behind, because we're tired of this mess. Who in the hell you think we are? What kind of dumb idiot do you actually believe black people are dumb? You actually believe you can just throw us a bone and we're just going to go over there and run over there and gnaw on it until we're satisfied? You actually believe that? And to my white brothers and sisters, anybody of nationality, you shouldn't be letting them play us like that. That make you guys look cheap. They're trying to cheap you. They're trying to dehumanize you. They're trying to make you look like you're cheap. If we find out stuff like that in the black community going on, boy, we get on them like white on rice. We call them coons. We ride them. We put them on the coon train. We do all kind of stuff to let you know. Poor Candace Owens be catching heat. Jesse Lee Peterson be catching heat because they don't know what the hell they talking about. They're just white apologizers, kissing the butt of the white man on behalf. And same thing with Terry Crews. The bottom line is it's time for change. And change ain't change until you change. But the way they see it is change when we throw you a little change to go in your pocket. All that money going to Black Lives Matters, the organization. None of it is going to really build a black agenda to get things done for black people first. Until Native black Americans, American descendants of slaves, get to the equal portion that they supposed to be, there is no other agenda. I understand you guys want all you guys want. What about the poor people's movement? What about, DACA? What about this and what about that? We'll take care of that once you take care of this. We got a black exclusive agenda that must be implemented, and we ain't thinking about nothing else until it get implemented. You can hate me, you can unsubscribe from me, because some of y'all do. I don't care. I can go back to 10. I can go back to 1. I don't care. Be one. Black first. Black exclusive person. We got so many systemic needs that need to be fixed, and it's always been there, and it's just getting worse. And people coming into this country, especially in the past 10, 20 years, I don't care if you black and you're from Nigeria or Costa Rica. I don't care where you're from. You don't understand. Well, I come to this country and I do this and I do this, and you black Americans, you just complain. Bro, you ain't been here long as we've been here. And you don't know the hell that we had to get through to get you here. If it wasn't for the hell that we went through, you wouldn't be in this country. I don't understand you people. You mess around, change your accent, and go down to Forsyth, Georgia, hang around there a little bit in the middle of the night, and you'll see what we're dealing with. They'll crack your Nigerian skull, man. And I love you, don't get me wrong. And look, this is America. Welcome to your new home. But don't come here and act like we don't know what the hell we talking about. The problem is you don't know your... Stop with that. Stop with that. America is just as much as our country as any white man. It's neither one of our country. It's actually the Native Americans' country. But if you're going to lay claim, we lay in claim too. Because you didn't build this yourself. We put the sweat. We broke our back. You beat us down and kicked us in the rib and threw us in the ditch and shot us. Get out of here with this mess. And you want us to be considered minorities. Get out of here with this stuff. I'm done, man. Man, anybody waiting for football, man, I feel sorry for y'all, man. Because especially if you black. I mean, I like football just like any other man. But I care about my black people more. They actually I used to go to the strip club, man. I used to go, you know. And you ever seen that episode of Key and Peele where brother was in the strip club and he goes in the strip club and the brother's out there making it rain, and he never been there before, so he figured he go to the car and he get his cup full of change, and he threw the cup on he threw the cup on, he threw the change cup on the girl. That's how they treat us black people. NFL is treating you like this. They don't want to make it rain on you. They want to take the cup change and throw the whole cup full of change on your behind. You need to stop letting them do it. I'm boycotting football this year. I don't have nothing to do with football forever. I don't have to have football. Some of y'all, it's y'all crack. I don't have to have football. I get WWE, and when the WWE, when they races behind, I do the same thing too. When I say the markers of racism will come down, I mean every marker in the NFL is one of those markers. You will come down either the easy way or the hard way. And the hardest way is your pocket. And if we black people have to start hitting your pocket, you got to understand, mostly black people are on that field in the NFL. We may not be the owners. We may got a few coaches. We definitely not the general manager. But we do run the field. And without us, you ain't jack. You can go back to the days when blacks had their own league and whites had their own league. And if we ever go back to that day, guess who's going to get all the money? Blacks. Because nobody going out there, I'm sorry, I love my white brothers and sisters, but most people are not there going out there to watch a white-only football game. Because they know the amazing athletes that we have. We got some amazing white athletes too, but they know the amazing black athletes that are on that field that makes them come out every day proud that those black athletes represent their team. Mess around and have all of them walk off the field. Yeah, you can sue them, but mess around and have them all walk off the field. Some things are worth walking away from. And this is one. This year, NFL, either you're going to make it rain, you can mess around and throw that change cup on us all you want. Just like that sister in that Key and Peele video, you're going to mess around and get knocked the blank out. Robert Brown with the Rob Report. I'll let you later.